All right, I'm here. I'm about to record or whatever. Hallelujah. We are living a full life. So today I have the Two of Cups in reverse. It is giving me a lot of taking back your power, is what it is giving me. So yesterday I spoke to the energy of a person who has found themselves without love. Okay. Um, Today it feels like more of that, but I want to talk about how you end up losing somebody because I feel like we need to talk about that. We need to talk about people who feel invalidated. We need to talk about manipulation. We need to talk about being in a relationship that doesn't feel like it has any reciprocation. Um, One thing that I like to note in any of my relationships, whether they business or personal, two cups, okay? You see, need to be like this. I don't know why these people got the snakes on here, but they got the duality kicking, okay? But when it comes to two cups, I look at it like it's got to be like two entities pouring back and forth with each other, okay? And these cups are upside down, so everything is pouring out. Nothing is staying in the cups. It's not being sustained. And what that lets me know is that ultimately the relationship did not have reciprocity, so that's why you lost it. And again, sometimes when I say relationships or I talk about love, I'm also talking about uh, business, and I'm talking about interactions just with other people. Like, let's say that you had somebody working for you and you did not respect them, you did not appreciate their efforts, you tried to diminish them, you invalidated them, you made them feel small. Ultimately, they're going to quit that job and they're going to go find somewhere else to work. So that's also something that could be happening. People could be losing their star employee. So whoever your star player is has now decided to leave the team. You know, they have decided to leave the team. They've decided to go where they are appreciated. So we're going to talk about this. So I want to, let's see, what does my question want to be? Which angle do I want to take? Do I want to talk about taking back your power? Well, I guess I could talk about how to take back your power. Or, because I mean, there's probably a lot of people in this position where they feel like somebody is pressing on them and their emotions are informing them right now. You know, this is a transformative time. So if you do decide, okay, you know what, I'm about to power up. And if that includes you also going off on somebody, they probably need to be checked. They probably need to be checked. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about taking back your power, choosing yourself. How do we get to the place where we can take back our power and choose ourselves? I think that's very, very important. And we're going to get into it. I am calling in the support of my angels, ancestors, guides, ascended masters, my Heavenly Father, my Creator who lives in me. I am at peace. I'm at ease. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, and enjoy the journey. Amen. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how to take back your power. Taking back your power in relationships in which you don't feel appreciated or valued. Uh-oh. I had the Nine of Cups right here. I'll take it. I'm listening to my song this morning. I started playing this song when I wanted to feel love, enjoy the way I do. I don't even know if y'all can hear it. If you can't, it's No One's Gonna Love You by the SOS Band. 10 of Cups. My suspicions are telling me that the next card is going to be, let's see, 7 of Hearts. All right. So you got the 9 of Hearts, the 10 of Hearts, and the 7 of Hearts right here. So that is definitely giving me this. When you're looking at your life or your experience, you are dissatisfied because you realize that where you are is not where you want to be. It doesn't feel good, and you're not quite sure how to get out of it. And you have to make a decision. But it's so hard for the people pleaser to decide to leave and choose themselves. Like, that is probably the hardest thing that somebody's talking to me in my text messages. Sorry, y'all. That is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, you know, because it comes with a lot of, oh, people gonna think I'm a bitch, or you won't like me if I say this, or I'm gonna lose friends, or I'm gonna be single, or whatever the situation is. But like, you have to figure out how to get to the point where you are your most important person. Like, would you allow somebody to mishandle and mistreat a friend of yours? No. So then why do you allow people to mishandle and mistreat you? You also matter. You also matter. You also matter. And I think that is the thing, is that when we grow up in a way that, you know, we don't think we're worthy, we don't value ourselves, or we see ourselves as lower than other people, it takes a lot to get to the point where you're like, I'm just not going to take this, and I'm going to leave the situation, and I'm going to sky up on that ass, and I'm about to go be free somewhere, you know. And the person who has been manipulating you or receiving all the love that you're giving, and they're not giving any back, so you're empty. But they do not want you to see yourself as powerful and able to walk away from situations that don't work from you, that don't work for you. They don't want you to do that, because then what? Then they lose you. And you are really giving them quite a bit. You don't even realize your value in these people's lives. You don't see yourself as you are. You are very important to the balance of these individuals. Like, when you leave, you throw off their equilibrium. And yeah, you probably experience being off balance yourself. And also 2 of Cups in reverse indicates being at an imbalance. So yes, let's get into this. Okay, so yeah, so how can we get our power back? We have a decision to make. Once we get to the point where we decide, I don't like the way this feels, I want to leave it. Okay, so let's talk about how to do that. Let's get into how to do that. Let's see what we can get. I just need more desk space. I just need more desk space, because I took my grandma's vanity and put it up there because I need to paint it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to refinish it and paint it and just put it back here so that I can, because I do miss having it. But I think I'm going to try to make it match this a little bit. Maybe not exactly, but tell me if you still care. Okay. The sun is booming today. Strength card in reverse. Also Ace of Wands. Can't see it that well in reverse. Come on, feeling powerless. You're not, though. I promise. You're not powerless. You can do it. You don't have to stay in situations that hurt you. You don't. And you teach people how to treat you. You do. I mean, I know we've heard that before. We all know that. But you absolutely teach people how to treat you. And the thing is that, like, you have to get to the point, and I know I said this already once before, where you are an important person to yourself. You got to look at yourself almost like a separate individual that you're trying to take care of and protect and live. Because when you look at yourself, there goes Asa once again. When you look at yourself like that, oh, these are upside down. When you look at yourself like that, you can see yourself as somebody that you want to take care of. It's so weird. It's like you feel like, oh, I'll just let these people disrespect me. Why? Why do you not see yourself as important or valuable? You know, setting boundaries is like the first thing that you have to do whenever you decide you're going to live a different life or do something different, because you got to be able to start saying no to things that you used to say yes to. And that includes even to like what you're putting in your body. I know for me, it was very, very difficult to quit drinking alcohol at the rate that I was drinking it, because it was my crutch. But I had to decide, like, and I remember sitting by myself downstairs. It was at the very beginning of the pandemic. And I bought 2 bottles of whiskey. Drank the first one. And these are not small jugs. This is like gallon jug whiskey. And I drank the first one, and then I was almost at the bottom of the second one, and I was like, what you going to do right here? Because this is not going to move you to the next level. You're going to go backwards if you do this. And that was the last one I bought. I did not buy it anymore. And it's been 2 years and 2 months almost. But I had to make that decision. And it took that solid self-reflection where I had to just say, you stopped doing this. But that let me know how hard the pandemic was going to hit a lot of people. And it did. A lot of people ended up diving into their addictions head first because they didn't know how else to cope. And that was unfortunate. Of course, that's a different topic, but yeah, seriously, I saw it and I knew it was going to happen. And, you know, I know some people personally who ended up in a bad way because of that. All right, let's see. What else? What do we need whenever we are going to take back our power and we're trying to make this decision? Page of Cups. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 8 of Wands in reverse. I want to make sure that the cards can be seen. My nerves, my OCD. I love when readers are like, oh, I'm just fixing the cards because I'm fixing the cards. I don't have OCD. Girl. Okay. All right, sis. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I have a meeting in an hour, so I'm like, ooh. I'm hearing the Highway to the Danger Zone song. Every time I feel like I have to move fast, I hear that song. The Death card in reverse. Okay. All right, so this is kind of what I'm seeing. It's like when you get to that place where you're like, okay, I'm about to power up right here, or I need to take back my power. You definitely have to have a renewed sense of self-love and a desire, again, to protect yourself against any perceived resistance. Because what it's going to feel like is that everything is moving against you and telling you that that's the wrong choice, because your conditioning is telling you that you still need this person, or you still need the job, or you still need whatever it is that is keeping you balanced. But you don't, because let me tell you why. If you break out of what it is that doesn't serve you, you create space for what will serve you, and you start to create a new community or a new group of people who are going to work with you and provide you with what it is that you need to be supported. You don't have to hang on to what you always had. You know, we have the death card here in reverse. We can't be afraid to walk away from what it is that no longer serves. And a lot of people have themselves in old shoes because those are the shoes that they're the most comfortable in. But is it really comfortable, or is it just what you know? You know, it's like, and I said it like this once before. If we are journeying in the woods and we get to a place where we can't walk or we're stuck in some kind of mud, now you can move forward, but you're going to have to unlace your shoes, take your feet out, and walk shoeless for a minute. Are you able to walk without shoes just to free yourself? Because that's what we're talking about. You're going to have to walk without shoes for a minute in order to free yourself. But I promise you, if you start walking, you will find new shoes. You will find new shoes. You will find new shoes. So what else? What do we have to overcome here? What do we have to overcome? Yes, we need a renewed sense of love, and we need to be able to work through any resistance and understand that letting go of what doesn't serve creates space for what is meant to be there. But what kind of things do we have to overcome in this time when we are taking back our power? Learning to set boundaries. Learning to set boundaries. The Magician. Now I'm looking at that in a couple ways, especially in regard to what we're talking about. The Magician, first of all, is the energy that you need to be in. Okay. But unfortunately, we find often our manipulator or whatever is holding the power over us in that position of the magician. That person is working that magic, and you cannot seem to break the spell. The Lover's in reverse. Come on. You got to be able to walk away from that. You got to be able to remind yourself, and I'll tell y'all a story too. You got to be able to remind yourself that this is not the last love. This is not the last job. This is not the last relationship that you're going to be in. You got the Hangman in reverse. And another one's in reverse. So yes, you have to be able to, like I said, process the fact that this is not the last. It's not the last of anything. Okay, you are a powerful creator. So when it comes to feeling like you'll never have another lover, you'll never be able to figure out what to do next, you'll probably never live again, you'll always be depressed and without passion, bullshit. You're already where you need to be, because when we're trying to create something or we're trying to level up, you almost need to be at the bottom, because if you are down there, you are desiring to move. I want more. I want to get out of this. I have to go. So sometimes spirit is going to put you in that place where you feel like you are powerless in order to remind you that you have power, because we want to see what you're going to do. Are you going to barbecue, or are you going to mildew in this place? So you now feel like you're powerless. You got to break up with this guy. You got to break up with this girl. You got to tell your boss they're not going to keep disrespecting you. What you going to do? Because if you do it, you're going to be feeling like the lack. You're going to be feeling the lack. And you're going to feel like that's the only way I was moving forward. That's the only way that I was surviving. No, it's not. You are a powerful creator. You got to figure out how to see yourself as a creator. And maybe you have to look back at times that you've done this before, because you have done it before. I guarantee you that you have moved out of something that didn't feel good before. So what did you do at that time? What was it that you used at that moment to move forward? You got to do that again. You got to do that again right here. Nobody. All right, let's see what the Starseed cards got us say. Nobody. Oh, I was going to tell y'all a story. Of course, I have left a multitude of men in my life. And at least one of them has tried to tell me that I was never going to find anybody. I was never going to find anybody else, and I was never going to have another man. Well, that's not true. That's not true. But invalidators, manipulators will tell you that kind of thing because they want you to stay put. And part of taking back your power is being able to recognize and understand the truth. So when somebody is lying to you, you'll be able to know that is not true. That is not true. You are invalidating me right here. You're trying to invalidate me. Y'all got to read that book, Nasty People. I'm telling you. I might even have to put it in the what do they call that shit on YouTube? I keep calling it a caption. I don't know if it's description. There we go. No one's gonna love you. Yeah, I might link the book so y'all can go get it because you need to read it. Like, it's helpful. It's helpful. It helps me. And like the next day, I was like, this motherfucker is trying to invalidate me. And they were. The great severing. It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. It ain't nothing to cut it off. Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. So interesting that they would put all of that together. But I feel like when you are severing, when you're doing cord cutting, because you probably have to cut the cord of this too energetically. Again, it does take a renewed sense of self-love and just really feeling like it doesn't matter where I'm at right now. I can always start over. Like, do not be afraid to start over. Do not be afraid to start over in order to move forward. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you, and you are the magician. You are a powerful creator. If you sit with yourself for long enough, you will get the answers that you need in order for you to advance in your life. I promise you, I do this. I live this way. It's a real thing. It sounds crazy, but it's not. It's not. Practice meditation. And my favorite is auto writing. No. Something just fell. This is why we need Grandma's vanity. Oh, I got these new cards. I haven't used them yet on here. The Hermetic Tarot. I like them. But I kind of use them for personal use. I like these. Okay, so let's see where we're at. And of course, I love cards, so I'll probably get some new Oracle cards or whatever. But I'm gonna try to wear these out a little bit before I get a new set. And I guess I'll start using those self-care ones or what is the other one? Them Gabby Bernstein. I don't know. They're like source messages, but I don't know exactly what it's called. All right, let's see. Nobody. People seem to be liking that song I posted. It's like 24 seconds. I'm not finished with it at all, but I felt like I needed to write that for my 16-year-old self because I was in such a fog. And I thought if I ran away from my feelings that I would not hurt. I fucked myself up really bad. Really bad by doing that. Witch! Remember we talked about the witch card yesterday? The magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. Boom! Come on, give me some. I love that. Love that. Love that. 36. This is the lucky card. When this card is drawn, a bonus appears in your life and key events and situations turn in your favor. Remember, luck is preparation meeting opportunity. Have you taken all available steps and made all authentic efforts to be prepared for that which you seek? The witch holds her hands gently over the crescent moon, a potent symbol of new opportunities and fresh potential. Her cupping fingers allow energy to flow unhindered. The raven sits upon a branch. Let me show. Pausing in its journey from the underworld to consider new adventures. Leaves of gold emerge from branches. They signify comfort and beauty after periods of abstinence or loss. The witch knows herself and is not afraid of her potential and opportunities to grow and learn. In the moonlight, she willingly steps to the edge of the cliff and leaps, knowing that the natural way of the world will catch her and she will land exactly where she should. Yes, like let us not be afraid. Let us not be afraid to embark on a new journey when we need to break away from something and take back our power. Come on. That's exactly right. The divine, and just like I said, you feel like you're meeting resistance. So you're like, oh, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. But no, yes, you should, because what it is that you're doing is, again, creating space for what is supposed to be there. And you are protected and covered always. Your source is your supply. You're not going to go without anything. You know, there's a lot of people who pay most of the bills and they think that, you know, whatever their power is their resource that they are providing you. And I always feel like it's so funny to me when somebody tries to be manipulative and they're not giving you anything or they're not adding anything to your life. Like, what the fuck I need to stay in this shit for? I don't need to stay over here. You're not giving me nothing. I'm getting nothing from this. You know? Like, what are you providing me in which I need to be abused for? Please explain it. Make it make sense. I'm going to sit here and take abuse and I'm actually losing? What? What? I'm the one that's giving up everything? Like, you better figure out how to love yourself and decide that you deserve more than whatever you're getting. You better figure out how to love yourself and decide that you deserve more than whatever you're getting. Leadership. Come on. What they got? 81. Just be good to me. This card indicates a time to lovingly lead and guide others who are less capable than you are. This may apply to your workplace, community, family, or circle of friends. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to have confidence in your ability to motivate and inspire those who accompany you on your path. This card also indicates a role as a leader in your field. You may choose to rise to the top of your game with your unique talents or to lovingly lead others to a new and improved way of life. Either way, it's time to step up to the plate and adopt a position of authority, for you have a natural ability to lead. Remember, a successful leader leads alongside others rather than from above. Others graciously follow when you have their best interest at heart. So know that it is safe for you to lead the way. So here's what I'm getting to from this card. It's like a lot of us, especially those of us who have a message to share or who have something that we came here to teach and express to the rest of the world, find themselves in relationships like this where we feel like we don't have power. And that is because once you make your way out of it, you are supposed to, just like I share with you guys, You are supposed to guide other people to that level of healing and expansion. So when you have figured out how to break out of a bad relationship, or you have figured out how to leave a job and go do what it is that you desire to do and work in the career of your choosing, you're supposed to share it with the rest of us. And you're supposed to tell us how you've done it. And you're supposed to be in the forefront. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to be the teacher. And you're supposed to be able to say, hey guys, this is the way. So sometimes when we're breaking out of these bad situations and we find ourselves standing alone, it is by intention and by design that we are now in a place of singularity and aloneness. But it's so that you can develop and call in, like I said before, call in the team that is going to work with you to support you in order for you to execute whatever it is that you are now meant to build and create from the lesson that you just learned. So let's get the circle of life card and then let me skip daddle so I can go ahead and move on to my next thing, which is my work. And hopefully I can start this earlier moving forward. Honestly, I just been wanting to sleep. I'm not gonna lie. And it's been good. It's been good to me. It's been good to me. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody who watched yesterday's video. And if you got this far, don't forget to like this video and also to subscribe to the channel. I guess I need to remember to say that in the beginning. I need to remember to say that in the beginning. I'm not putting any gizzy goos on these videos or nothing. I'm not about to put in a bunch of flying thumbs. Hey, make sure you sit. Nah, I'm not doing it. Because I want it to be, oh Lord, I had this circle card. I just want it to be easy for me to edit and pop up there. I'm not trying to do a whole bunch of shit. My name's Sheba. Okay. If you need a lower third, my name's Sheba. You can call me Sheba. Or Miss Creative. The Divine Igniter. This looks like the Knight of Swords. I like it. Speak good to me. Just be good to me. I think Swords is first. Okay, yes. This is the Knight of Swords, yes. That's what we got. Knight of Swords. A centaur rises up with his sword to meet the challenge that awaits him. He keeps his back hooves firm on the ground, while his front hooves are ready to move. The centaur must keep his balance to be victorious, but at the same time, he needs to be flexible for the sword to be used as a weapon. His resolve is a boon, for it shows that he has been trained for this moment. He's got a wide range of moves to step into, depending on what is coming for him. The knight's lesson is to calm down and make sure everything is in order before you make a move. Move forward with a plan, hot-headedness, and think before you act. So yeah, so you're finding yourself in a position where you need to break free or whatever. Plan it. Like I had a conversation with somebody this morning and they're like, well, we got to do this and we got to do it. No, we need to plan it. Like I'm not making any more shows. I'm not producing shit else without a plan. I'm not doing anything else without a fucking plan. Like, I'm not about to be just out here like, we made it. No, because here's the thing. If you want something to be sustainable, it's got to have a plan. It has to have a solid foundation. It has to be firm. So you do have to spend some time thinking about, okay, well, what am I going to do? Weigh the pros and cons. Can this person change? Can I talk to my boss about how he talks to me, how he treats me? You know? If the answer to those things are no, formulate your plan, and then decide at which point you would like to remove your energy from the situation, because that is your power. Your energy is your power. So you decide. You decide where it's being used, how it's being used, and who it's being given to. You decide. And know how valuable your energy is and how much you bring to the table. Okay? So that's it. All right, so I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, I think. And like I said, I just appreciate everybody who watched yesterday, who may watch today, and just for being with me while I am growing this. Okay? All right, so that's not what she said, but anyway. All right, so if y'all need help, let me know. You can always book a session with me to power up. If you need strategy on how to get out of a bad situation, I got you, because I've been in so many. I can tell you how to, excuse me, you know what I mean? So yeah, you let me know if you need anything, and I will definitely be around. Make sure that if you are watching this, that you also follow me on Instagram. Okay, that link is also in the description of this video. So yes, I will see you later. Don't be a self-hater.